So for the third one, we're going to be looking to see which ones are proportional and which ones are not proportional from different representations. Which of the following represents a proportional relationship? So there are different representations here. The first one, A, is a table. So whenever we're looking at any table and trying to determine if it's proportional or not, we're going to find y divided by x for every single one of these. So if I'm looking at my first one here, the 80 is y, so that's going to go in my numerator. So I'm going to put 80 over the x, which is 1 in this case. And I want to know, is it equal to the other ones? So for the second one, for y we have 83, for x we have 2. So 80 divided by 1, if I simplify that, I get 80. Remember to simplify that in your calculator. You can type it in and click just enter. It'll stay as a fraction and it'll simplify it. Or if you would like to compare decimals, which I am going to do, you type in 80 over 1, control enter. Now we're going to type in 83 over 2, control enter, and we end up with 41.5. Does 80 equal to 41.5? No, they are not equal to each other. Therefore, this one is not a proportional relationship. So that's not one of the ones I'm looking for. Now we're looking at graphs. Graphs, for it to be proportional, it needs to be two things. It needs to be a straight line and it needs to pass through the origin, which is right here. That's my origin. So does this line intersect at the origin? No, it does not. So therefore, it is not proportional. Mark earns $9.75 per hour in addition to his tips. So he has a value per hour. And does he have an additional amount? So this is like when we were looking at problem number 2, when we were trying to determine, is there an additional amount? Yes, we know. It says in addition to his tips. It doesn't tell us the amount, but we know that there is an additional amount. So therefore, since there is an additional amount, it is not proportional. And now we're going to be looking at D. So I want to know, is my y-intercept or b equal to 0 or is it not equal to 0? If it's equal to 0, it's proportional. If it's not equal to 0, then it is not proportional. So I have y equals negative 1/2 x. Remember, this is y equals mx plus b. So I have an m, that's the negative 1/2, but I don't have any adding or subtracting anything. It's blank right here. So then that means that what's being added to it is nothing. Well, what's nothing represented as a number? 0. So therefore, it's the same as if it had plus 0 here, because it's adding nothing to it. So that means that b is equal to 0. So since b is equal to 0, it is proportional. So that means that D is my answer for when it asks which of the following represents the proportional relationship. The only one out of these 4 is D.